It's the shocking twist in the case of a high school's mysterious pooper no one saw coming. Police arresting and charging the superintendent from a different school district for committing the dirty deed.
Education, no. Yeah, bitch, I still got it.
Woo! White team, stand up!
Nigga, hold this fucking L, nigga.
Nah, nigga, you hold this L for that bum ass son.
Why am I still getting hate?
We shoot tonight, y'all.
Have you ever been so mad about losing to somebody that you just want to take a shit on their property? If so, you're a fucking weirdo. I'm gonna start with that. You're a complete weirdo if you've ever wanted to take a shit on anybody's property for losing at anything, right? So, yesterday, I heard some wild shit. Apparently, a superintendent at a high school was sneaking onto a completely different district, a different high school district track field, and taking it wasn't like a one-off thing, right? He was sneaking onto this track field every day almost. It was a daily routine, they said. And he was knocking over trash, he was putting trash all over it, and apparently he was taking shits. He didn't bring a dog with him. He was literally a grown-ass man, a superintendent of your child and students and all this, was sneaking onto the track field of a rival high school, pulling down his pants and taking shits. That's the dude who's disciplining people for fighting and all these and throwing paper and being disrespectful. Yet every morning before school, apparently he was sneaking to different schools and taking shits on their track and field. I know right now you're probably like, what the fuck? You can't really like take that in because it's so shocking. You can't take a grasp of what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna repeat it. A grown man, a superintendent for a high school, the man that watches over kids and disciplines them according to their actions, was sneaking onto a rival high school's track and field to take shits. I'm not using shits as some cool metaphor. He was literally pulling down his pants and taking shits on another school's field. And like I said, it wasn't a one-off thing where he just was really fucking drunk or something. He wasn't drunk. He's fully sober. It was premeditated. This wasn't like some spur of the moment, spontaneous. No, you had to really be in a strong mindset to dedicate your morning. They said he got caught at 5:45 a.m. That means he set an alarm to go and take a grown man, a superintendent, set an alarm to go take a shit on a student's track field at a different high school. And the only reason he was caught, it wasn't like it was 5:45 in the morning. Nobody's woke, nobody's there yet. So it wasn't like somebody just walked by and saw him doing it. They had to, after it happened so many times, they had to get the police and the FBI involved for a sting operation. I know this shit sounds made up, but there's an actual news report on it and it's confirmed to be real. They got the FBI to do a sting operation on a high school student's track field to figure out who was taking shits on the field. Can you imagine working for the police or FBI and having to get on your walkie-talkie and say that you are looking for a serial shitter? And upon arriving on the scene, instead of seeing like some homeless person, some crackhead type thing, or a puppy, you see a grown-ass man in a suit and tie, crouched down, grunting and making all kinds of ugly faces. I really hope he brought tissue. I don't know if he came with like, imagine he outside his car at 5:45 in the morning, whole roll of tissue in his hand, like a little pep in his step, just smiling, to go take a shit on the high school student's track and field. You know how ridiculous this is? Like, I don't think, there's nothing I can really say to get across to you how ridiculous this whole story is. That when you're in high school, when the superintendent shows up, everybody gets in line because you don't want, that's the last time you want to get in trouble. The last day you want to get in trouble is while the superintendent is there. The man that you fear is sneaking off in the morning to take shits. That's something students wouldn't do. For what I can only assume was, he didn't like the fact that their school's track team was better than his school's track team. And again, I repeat, this wasn't a one-off thing. So he was really holding the grudge and really holding the shit, apparently. And he made sure to release all frustrations on that field every morning at 5:45 a.m. And the worst part of it is, you would think, all right, the superintendent just got caught doing some crazy shit. Bro wildin', right? So naturally, he's gonna get fired. Nope. Bro said, let me go home on paid leave. He took a shit on another high school's track and field multiple times and then told them, I would like to get paid while I'm on vacation. He went home, he's not answering emails, he's not answering calls or anything like that, and he's still getting paid $150,000 a year. That's how much he gets paid, $150,000 a year. And they said, cool, all right, cool. Until we figure things out, we gonna pay you to go home until we figure this whole thing out. So he's at home getting paid. I think his court date was like yesterday, maybe today. He's at home getting paid to chill because he took shits on high school track and field. That is the craziest story I've ever heard. When I heard it, I wouldn't believe it if the news didn't report it. Like if it wasn't an official article that I can read and see for with my own eyes, I promise you I wouldn't believe this shit. And you probably don't believe me, which is why I had to put the article in this video at some point on the screen. I don't know when I did it. That's a post-edit thing, but I will be sure to put the article on the screen so you can believe me. So if there was ever an L to give, this would be the easiest L to give, if not one of the best L's to give. He didn't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna give an L. Let me know how you feel about it down in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that cool shit. Until next time, it's Famous King, and I am gone.
What the hell are you doing back here?
Hey, nothing, man. Hey, I'm fixing something. Hey, just stay over there.
Smokey, you know I ain't the smartest man in the world, but from over here, it look like you taking a shit.
Ezel, get the hell on my back.
Hey, Smokey back here taking a shit.
Ezel!
Well, I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Man, I just shoulda done. Shoulda put your number 2s in the air.